Yo, what's up, YouTube? So, today is August 6th, 2022. Back at y'all with another video. I said in my last video, this is actually a continuation of my last video, where I wanted to speak on health. You know, one thing that I've learned. Now, I'm 35 years old, and in my life, one of the biggest lessons I've learned in my life is, or I'm gonna say one of the biggest mistakes that I've made in my life is doing the same thing every day. I realized that a lot of people who are not happy with their lives, or you got some people just not happy with themselves, and a lot of times it's because they keep doing the same thing every day. And I've learned that even in my own personal life, that a lot of my problems, I'm not gonna say a lot of my problems, but I'm gonna say a lot of my a lot of the stress and depression I used to deal with, and anger and frustration, just unhappy with how my life was going. And I realized the biggest issue was just simply doing the same thing every day. And you have a lot of other people who are in the same boat. So what I've learned to do is I practice a thing called the 1% rule. What that is every day you try to improve yourself by 1%. Every day try to be a little bit better than you were the day before. And that's it. And do that with everything that you do in every aspect of your life. Try to improve by 1% every day. You don't have to change overnight. And believe it or not, you'll make progress a lot. You'll make progress a lot faster than you think you were. 1% doesn't sound like a lot, but it does make a huge difference. You have a lot of people who are very close to who are very close to achieving the thing that they want in their lives, and don't always realize it. They may not reach their goals at the time that they want it, so they feel like they're a failure, not realizing that if they just go a little bit further, just do a little bit more, you'll reach there. You might not get there the time that you want, but you're not that far. It's kind of like I live on East Coast. If I were to walk from, I don't know, if I were to work from East Coast to California, or say better yet, drive. If I would try to drive from East Coast to California, and my goal was to get there in, I don't know, 3 days. And 3 days come, and I'm still not in California. Instead, I'm in Nevada somewhere, right? Some people in their lives, they treat that as failure, not realizing all you have to do is go one more state over, and you're in California. So it might take you 5 days instead of 3 days. I think you have to learn how to appreciate the progress that you've made over time, and don't beat yourself up because you didn't reach your goals. Look at how much progress you made so far in pursuing your goals. So that's one thing I want to say is practice the 1% rule. It's very powerful, a very powerful tool. I know it for sure. I'm a example of that, of how powerful the 1% rule really is. It can really be. But you gotta stay consistent. You got 365 days in a year. If you improve yourself by 1% every day, that's like 365% increase by that time next year. Now, you don't have to be perfect. Some days you may not improve, and that's fine. But if you just do the best you can, you'll still, if you can improve yourself every day for the majority of the year, you'll still be like 100, 200% better than you were, or 200 times better than you were when you first started. And in my opinion, if you look at yourself today, let me check my phone. Make sure my phone not get too hot. Let me move my phone. It get too hot right here. If y'all can see, y'all still see me? Yeah, my phone was sitting in the sun. It's a little too hot. But if it cuts off, it's probably because it's overheating. But like I said, I forgot. I lost my track of thought. Yeah, about the 1% rule. Oh, if you improve yourself, even just through most of the year, you'll be like 100 to 200% better than you were when you first started. You have to look at yourself today. If you look at yourself today and you're no better than you were this time last year, you pretty much wasted a whole year of your life. You should look at your life and see that you have gotten better, that you have improved. You have so many people. I hate to be judgmental and stuff. I'm not saying, I don't want to talk like I ain't got nothing wrong with me. But you got so many people who just don't understand, like, if you just better yourself, sit down and think about the things that you need to improve. You know what your problems are. You know where your weaknesses are. And just, every day, just, like, if you have anger problems, every day just try to be a little bit more patient than you were the day before. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have an issue with punctuality, every day leave the house like 1 minute earlier than usual. If you have a bad sleeping habit, every night just go to bed like 15, 20 minutes earlier than you did the night before. Each night you get 20 minutes extra sleep than you did, or you do a few things to better you or improve your sleep quality. Like, even me, like, something simple as buying a more comfortable pillow, right? That's considered a 1% improvement. So already you're doing something that's improving your sleep. And I guarantee you, by the time you wake up that next day, you'll notice it. You'll notice, I slept a little bit better. That's that 1% improvement. Then you have a better night ritual, right? I stopped eating a certain time before bed, and me not eating before or not eating after a certain time has improved my sleep quality. Sometimes when you eat too late, it disrupts your sleep rhythm. So something simple as that, that's a 1% increase right there. So you got a better pillow. You stopped eating after a certain time. I read a book. I turn off my social media apps. I have an app on my phone where it's a thing called I think it's called Night Shift, where it changes the color of the screen on your phone, and that helps because the blue light from your screen is it disrupts your sleep patterns. So that helps me fall. That's a 1% improvement. I got a fly that came in here, but buy a better mattress, get a better. I'm just giving examples of what 1% improvement is. How about exercise? If you drop down and do a push-up today, even if you can only do one push-up, that's fine. Just do one push-up. Then tomorrow, you do 2 push-ups. And then tomorrow, you do 3 push-ups. Tomorrow, you do 3 push-ups. The day after that, and then next thing you know, once you reach a certain point, you actually start to, that 1% improvement starts to collect interest. Like, when you get to the point where you can do 3 push-ups, you'll be able to do 5 push-ups. Then once you're able to do 5, you'll do 7. And you go from 7 push-ups to 10 push-ups. By the end of that week, the first day you did 1 push-up. By the end of that week, you did 10. Now you're averaging 10 push-ups. Look how much progress you made in just 1 week. Now, if you continue to keep going, by that next week, you'll probably be up to 25 push-ups. By that following week, you'll probably be up to 40 push-ups. And within a month, you're up to 50 push-ups. So on day 1, you did 1 push-up average. By day 30, you're up to like 50 push-ups. All you had to do is follow the 1% rule. That's all you have to do. It works. Talk to anybody who goes to the gym. They know what I'm talking about. Even if they never heard of the 1% rule, they understand the concept. Because if you exercise on a regular, you have a thing. See, when you work out, there's a thing called gains. Gains are not just muscle. Gains are just overall health improvements. Like if you work on your cardio over time, in a very short amount of time, usually within a week, you start to see improvement in your cardiovascular system. You can walk further, you can run a little further, a little longer. You notice that you don't run out of breath as quickly. That's a gain. You can walk up the steps. You go from walking up 1 flight of steps without running out of breath to going up 5 flights of steps, until you run out of breath. Now, I was like that. There was a time I used to walk up 1 flight of steps and be out of breath. Now I can probably do like 5 flights. And as I continue to keep exercising and doing, what I do, I might be able to do 10 flights. Just 1%. Just 1% every day. Just a little bit more every day. Same thing with your finances. I know this is a long, drawn-out video, but, I'm trying to get y'all to understand. You do the same thing with your finances. You do the same thing with... So my phone did overheat, just like I anticipated. I told y'all that my phone would probably cut off because of overheat, and that's exactly what happened. So I had to wait for it to cool down some. So I'm just gonna do my closing statements. But yeah, the 1% rule. Every day, just try to be better than you were the day before. Every day, try to be a little bit better than you were the day before. And do that with everything you do. Do that in every area of your life. Your communication skills, your finances, your health, your on the job, your interpersonal skills, your patience. Everything just do a little bit better. Your eating habits. Every day I try to eat a little bit. I try to make a small improvement every day. Every night actually, I sit down, or sometime in the morning, I just think a few things you did yesterday. Or every night I'll think about a few things. I'll be like, what are some things, just a couple things that I can do just a little bit better the next day. And that's it. That's all you got to do. Just do it every day. Every day try to be a little bit. When you notice that there's something that you're just not well at, or also pay attention. I know some people don't like it, but listen to what other people have to say about you sometimes. When people tell you, if everybody keeps telling you the same thing, if everybody keeps saying that you have a bad attitude, if everybody keeps saying that you eat too much junk food, you need to change your diet, if everybody keeps saying that you need to do more exercise, if everybody keeps telling you that you just some kind of, you have to take constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is so important to self-improvement and self-development. If you're not open to criticism and listening to what other people have to say sometimes about you, you're going to keep having the same problems in your life over and over and over, and you're going to feel like you're cursed sometimes. Some days you're going to ask yourself, like, am I cursed? And you probably are cursed. And the person who's cursing you is yourself. Yourself. You have to work on self development every day. Just because you're an adult, just because you're grown, doesn't mean that there's no more room for growth. There's always room for growth. There's always room for improvement. I be looking at people out here, and I be seeing people, their lives are just a mess. And a lot of times it's just some little stuff that they can just do a little different. Just it's sad. It's sad when you see a person who doesn't want to change. You gotta want change for yourself, and it's not easy. It's not easy, but you can make it easy. And the way you make it easy is you just take one step at a time. It's like say you got to travel 100 miles. You got to go 1,000 miles. In order for you to get where you want to be in life, you got to travel at least 1,000 miles. Now that's a long way, but if you just take one step at a time, you know, and I'm serious, one step at a time. Like you can even Google it, calculate how long it takes to walk 1,000 miles, and you realize that if you just take one step, just one step at a time, you'll reach that goal. It's not it's not it may not take as long as you think. You know what I'm saying? So I know this video sounds a little preachy, because I'm just at a time in my life where I really realized. Well, I learned this lesson a long time ago, but now I'm looking at other people go through the same thing I go through. People even older than me, and it's just the worst thing to see somebody who just keeps doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and complaining and kind of trying to figure out what's wrong with them with their lives. And a lot of times, if you just focus on being better, you'll be all right. And like I said, you don't have to change overnight. Usually, when you try to change overnight, it never really works. You usually fall right back into your old habits. Usually, the best way to do it is just one step, a little bit at a time. Just like I explained earlier. Every day, just a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And that's it. So that's it. That's all I want to say. Talk to y'all next time.